Welcome everyone to today's informational hearing of the Governmental Organization Committee. The purpose of today's hearing is the Tribal State Compact before us today, executed on August 26, 2015, between Governor Brown on behalf of the State of California and the San Ynez Band of Mission Indians. Today we will hear from the principal architects of the compact, the Governor's office, and the tribe itself. The compact would supersede a 1999 compact between the tribe and the State of California. This compact authorizes the tribe to operate a maximum of 2,500 gaming devices at not more than 2 gaming facilities, and only on the land held in trust for the tribe as of the execution date of this compact. This compact requires payment into Indian Gaming Special Distribution Fund for reimbursement costs to the state to regulate and enforce the requirements within the compact. If the tribe operates more than 350 gaming devices, it shall pay 6% of its net win from its operation of those devices into the Revenue Sharing Trust Fund or the Tribal Nation Grant Fund for revenue sharing with non-gaming and limited gaming tribes. And a designated percentage of those payments with Santa Barbara County for mitigation and other services, including investments in renewable energy, water conservation, and non-gaming related economic development. The terms of this compact have been updated to be consistent with the provisions of more recent compacts related to licensing requirements and procedures, workplace health, safety, and liability. This compact requires regular audits of gaming operations and other enforcement and public safety measures. Upon all the necessary approvals, the compact will be valid until 2040. Today, I hope that this committee gets a better understanding of the terms of the compact relating to why a new compact is needed to enhance the tribe's economic development and self-sufficiency. I just want to remind all interested parties that no formal vote will be taken today. Today's hearing is for this committee to be briefed on the contents of the compact, as it cannot be amended by the legislature. My bill, AB 1540, will be the ratification bill for this compact. At some point in the near future, that bill will be taken up for consideration by the entire body on the Assembly floor. I would like to thank our witnesses in advance for taking time to their busy schedules to join us today. And without further ado, I would ask those who are going to provide testimony to approach and take a seat for the committee. We'll welcome Joe Dillon from the Office of Governor Jerry Brown, as well as Chairman Armenta and Jack Gribben, Political Director, Unite Here. So please approach, take a seat. And we will begin with the state perspective, item 2 on everybody's agenda. Mr. Dillon.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you about the proposed Tribal State Gaming Compact between the Santa Ynez Band of Mission Indians and the State of California. The compact complies with federal law in that it ensures that the tribe is the primary economic beneficiary of the gaming operations. It builds upon the exceptionally professional manner in which the tribe has regulated the gaming operation, but recognizes the shared responsibility between the tribe and the state to ensure that the gaming activities are conducted with integrity and providing for the safety of the gaming public. And finally, it reflects the desire by both parties to incentivize mutually beneficial investments within the local community. What I'd like to do in my brief remarks is just talk about 3 areas of the compact that are different from the 1999 compact that currently exists between the state and the tribe. The first are the economic provisions of this compact. The 99 compact provides that the tribe would contribute a percent of its net win into the Indian Gaming Special Distribution Fund. That fund, as you know, provides for the state's regulatory costs as well as problem gambling programs. In addition, it backfills the Revenue Sharing Trust Fund, and if any money is left over, it goes to local mitigation purposes. Not all tribes pay into the SDF, and at least recently there hasn't been a whole lot of money, if any, left over for local mitigation. As far as RSTF contributions, the tribe's contributions are based on license fees. The proposed compact makes some significant changes to this basic economic framework. First, with regard to the STF, that fund will now be focused on the state's regulatory costs and problem gambling. The tribe will pay its pro rata share of those costs based on the total number of slots statewide, the number of slots that it operates, and the amount of money appropriated for those purposes. That's actually a decrease in what they would, based upon a comparison of what they pay now to what they pay under that formula, but going forward, it sets up a more equitable formula across all tribes. With regard to the Revenue Sharing Trust Fund, Tribal Nation Grant Fund, the tribe will contribute 6% of its net win to those funds. And that's actually a significant increase. With respect to that contribution, the tribe would get credits of up to 60% for mutually beneficial investments in the local community, including payments to local jurisdictions, including Santa Barbara County, investments in renewable energy or water conservation projects, and healthcare facilities that are open to members of the public. The second area are the environmental mitigation provisions. The 99 Compact's provisions in this area are primarily aspirational in that it requires the tribe to make good faith efforts to mitigate the off-reservation impacts of the gaming activity. The proposed compact reflects the tribe's commitment to being a responsible steward of the environment, and it requires that the process go through a full environmental impact review process and to have in place a binding agreement with the county regarding mitigation prior to the commencement of projects. The last area that I wanted to touch upon was just the area of labor relations. Just as we updated and refined many other aspects of the 99 Compact, we updated and refined the labor ordinance. The tribe is one of the largest employers within Santa Barbara County and has a longstanding commitment to taking care of its employees. The terms reflect a process which is respectful of tribal sovereignty but affords the employees with a fair opportunity to make an informed choice regarding representation. So that's my brief synopsis. Happy to answer any questions.
Okay, do we have any questions or comments from the members? Seeing none, we will go ahead and move to item 3 on the agenda. Welcome, Chairman Armenta, and proceed with your testimony.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee members. I'm Vincent Armenta. I'm the tribal chairman for the San Ynez Band of Chumash Indians. With this new compact, the San Ynez Band of Chumash Indians will continue on its path to economic self-sufficiency. Our successful tribal economy has allowed us to bring vital services to our tribe, from health care to education to cultural and environmental programs. This compact not only secures a future for our tribe, but it is also beneficial for the state and local communities. For example, our casino generated more than 2,300 full-time jobs in the state of California, and through its spending, most of which were in Santa Barbara County. In addition, the casino generated more than 14.7 million in tax revenues. The new compact not only benefits our tribe, but other tribes as well. We will pay into annually the state's Revenue Sharing Trust Fund, from which the state has the obligation to provide funding to those tribes in California with no gaming or limited gaming. We will continue to work closely with Santa Barbara County and the local neighboring governments to ensure they too benefit from this new compact. This includes numerous intergovernmental agreements that cover both law enforcement and fire protection. While ensuring the health and safety of our community is a top priority, so is protecting our environment. The compact will allow the tribe to continue investing in renewable energy projects and support our award-winning water treatment and conservation efforts. With this in mind, we respectfully request for the support for our new compact. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. Do we have any questions or comments from the members? Seeing none at this time, we will move to item 4 on the agenda. Mr. Gribben.
Yes, my name is Jack Gribben. Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and members. I represent Unite Here. Unite Here represents 300,000 casino and hotel workers across the United States and in Canada. We are very, very grateful that the governor has continued to put focus on the issue of free expression and an ability for workers to work together that he has that he began 4 years ago for farm workers, as you may recall. As a result, Governor Brown in the context of compact negotiations, has looked at the Tribal Labor Relations Ordinance and has made some changes that will augment the ability of workers to have free expression and to be able to express their free association should they so choose. And again, we're very grateful to the governor for that. In addition, while having spent some time with Chairman Armenta and recognizing that first, foremost, and only, he is a ferocious advocate for the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians. He is clearly proud of his tribe, and his number one and only issue appears to me to be the success of his tribe's future. While that is all true, the tribe, the chairman, and the tribal council found room to reach agreement with the governor on improvements to the Tribal Labor Relations Ordinance. And for that, we are also very, very grateful. And we would recommend that not only do we get a 2/3 vote for Assemblymember Gray's bill ratifying this compact, but we believe it deserves a unanimous vote. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your testimony. At this time, I see a question from Mr. Daly.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to highlight the comments of Mr. Grebian on behalf of Unite here. It's gratifying to see the progress you've made, an even better package than existed previously, and so it's wonderful to hear you say that. Thank you.
Okay, do we have any other questions or comments? Seeing none, we'll go ahead and thank all of the witnesses for their testimony, and we will open it up for public comment. So if there's any public comment, please approach. Sergeant, could you set up a mic for public comment, please?
Mr. Chairman and members, Sean Flanagan on behalf of Sequan Tribe in San Diego, showing strong support, and we think this is a fair and equitable deal for the state and the tribe. So I want to thank you for your support in carrying the legislation. Thanks.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and members. Jerome Encinas on behalf of the Rincon Band in northern San Diego County and the Blue Lake Rancheria and Humboldt County. Proud to be here to support Chairman Armenta and the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, on behalf of the California State Association of Electrical Workers, the California State Council of Pipe Trades, and the Western States Sheet Metal Workers, we're all in support. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Afrak Vargas, and on behalf of the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians, I'd like to express our support. Also, I don't have an official position from the California State Firefighters Association, but they're very good friends and allies of the Chumash.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Rosalina Kovac. I work for Pala Casino in the housekeeper department. I come here to support the Santa Ana Band-Aid and Chumash Indian because they have agreed to similar language I have with the Pala Band-Aid Mission Indian that allow us to negotiation about health care and living wishes for my family. Our trio in Pala Casino has given this opportunity and try us with the same respect and didn't to shaman. Travel has shaman their sin and agreement. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Christia Gary. I work at Cache Creek Casino Resort. As workers in the tribal casino industry around the state, we compliment the Chumash tribe and the governor for agreeing to increased rates for workers in the compact. Free expression and freedom of association may seem like small issues, but we believe it leads to a work environment of mutual respect and a pride in our work and workplace. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Robert Flatt. I work at Thunder Valley Casino. I'm a proud union member of Unite Here. 7,000 workers in tribal casinos around our state have successfully organized as a result of rights negotiated over the years. As a result, we have built a standard, in particular here in Northern California, that ensures our families can live in dignity. It is important that all workers have those rights, and we commend the tribe and the governor for negotiating this compact, and we recommend that you please ratify this agreement. Thank you.
Pilar Oñate Quintana here on behalf of the Barona Band of Mission Indians, and happy to support Chumash as they move from a fellow 99 compact tribe into a new era of operation. Thank you.
Viviana Becerra on behalf of the Viejas Band of Kumeyaay Indians and Paula Band of Mission Indians in support.
Good morning, Chair and members of the committee. My name is Terry Nisich, and I serve as the Assistant CEO for the County of Santa Barbara. As you're aware, the compact now before you was signed on August 26th and is now before your body for consideration 6 days later. Given the expedited time frame, the County Board of Supervisors has not had an opportunity to fully review, analyze, or consider taking a position on the 2015 compact. This compact was negotiated for over 1 year and will shape Santa Barbara County and the San Ynez Valley for decades, yet Santa Barbara County has had less than 1 week to review. To place this timing in context, on August 25th, the Board of Supervisors voted unanimously to begin discussions with the tribe on the Camp 4 Fee to Trust process and seek mutually beneficial resolutions to long-standing issues in this area. We look forward to beginning the discussions with the tribe on this matter and working towards agreement. While limited time to review, the county does have concerns regarding components of the compact. A specific area of concern is the methodology for the distribution of credits from the Revenue Sharing Trust Fund noted in Section 5.3 of the compact. The Senate staff report indicates on page 6 that the payments by the tribe to the county to serve off-reservation needs of the county residents shall be subject to approval of the county. For clarification, this language is not, however, stated in the compact, yet found in other recently ratified compacts. Therefore, the county wants to be clear that the county will in fact be engaged in the process to identify and consider and ultimately allocate funding to projects which serve off-reservation needs of county residents. We believe this clarification and interaction is critical to ensure that limited funds for projects are maximized and coordinated to meet high-priority needs of all. Finally, the county greatly appreciates the work of CSAC to promote enforceable agreements with binding arbitration to resolve disputes, improving the integrity of tribal environmental review, and ensuring off-reservation impacts are fully mitigated within compacts. We sincerely thank the Governor's Office and Mr. Joe Dillon for hearing the county's concerns regarding these issues, and we are very pleased that these critical items are in the compact before you today. We look forward to working with all in the future. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Ken Williams. I represent two community interest groups in the Santa Ynez Valley, the preservation of Los Olivos and the preservation of Santa Ynez. These groups predate the tribal casino. They were formed not in response to the casino. They were formed to protect the general plan of the county. And that's what they do generally when they review tribal projects. As far as the terms of the compact, I haven't read it because we just got it yesterday, but I'm pretty sure the terms are pretty solid. California has a good way of negotiating solid terms of the compact. My only concern that I am able to raise today, because of limited time, is the Indian lands description in Exhibit A. It includes one deed that was supposedly transferred lands into trust, that particular in 2014. That particular land parcel is in litigation. My clients are involved in that litigation. It's currently on the Ninth Circuit. The fact that Indian lands, as defined by IGRA, has to be lands in trust or reservation lands as of 1988. So on its face, the 2014 deed is not Indian lands, and it's not eligible for gaming. The stated purpose for acquiring that land for trust was for a museum and a community center, which nobody in the community objects to. But since it was acquired in 2014, it should be, and I ask that that one parcel, not the other parcels, but that one parcel be deleted from the compact. The other possibility, too, is, and I would urge you to get an Indian lands decision. IGRA requires the National Indian Gaming Commission to issue Indian lands decisions. and to confirm that the other reservation property is truly Indian lands eligible for gaming. Thank you.
Okay, that concludes our opportunity for public comment. Do we have any additional comments or questions from the membership? Mr. Hernandez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to reiterate my really lifelong support of tribal sovereignty, and I want to commend the Santa Ynez Band of Mission Indians for reaching a strong and fair compact with the state of California. I entrust that the compact and the workings that develop between the tribe and the state of California often do resolve the substantive issues between all communities and stakeholders that are involved in the process and seek to recognize the sovereignty of each. Tribal state gaming compacts are vital because gaming is often an integral part of not just the tribal economies, but also the surrounding communities that are adjacent. And so there's always an opportunity for great partnership between, again, the tribal land, its people, and the neighbors. So these negotiations, it's become pretty clear, have resulted in a positive outcome. And I'm glad that the compact is moving forward for the benefit of all parties involved. I'm very happy for the tribal members, for the state of California, and for the workers. I really want to commend the tribe for adopting a compact that yielded labor support. I think that's always a good thing. I know that there's a labor spirit in the leadership of the tribe. I understand that. It is my hope that this can be the standard for compacts that come before us in the future, so that we can get away from these very contentious fights that we've seen over the years. I think you guys have really done a good job of creating a nice standard that is very conscientious, a win-win for everybody. So I'm proud to support this today. It's nice to see friends come together and really find a resolution where there is winners at every end of the table. So you have my support, and I'm confident that I'm hopeful and very confident that everyone else will see the success that you've all put together here today. Thank you.
Any additional, Mr. Bigelow?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Dillon, I know you've worked tirelessly on a number of these compacts this year, including a couple that I have carried this year. And I just wanted, for the record, each of these compacts have a little twist. Some of them are a little different. And they're basically a direct negotiation with the California and the individual different governments that are presenting their compacts before us. So there are differences in these. Is that true?
Yes, sir, that's right. I mean, the compact is a bilateral government-to-government agreement between the state of California, and in this case, the Santa Ynez Band of Mission Indians. And I think it reflects the unique circumstances of each tribe and is consistent with federal law and furthers the overall purposes of the state.
Well, with that said, I'd just like to commend you and the tribal government in coming to a good resolution here. I think this is a good document. As well, I just remind everyone that each tribe is different, and each one of these needs to be recognized and tailored for their needs, not just a cookie-cutter need. So, with that said, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Sajian.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We heard a couple of locals come and testify this morning. What has happened since this conversation has going forward? Any communications with the local leaders, if it's the city or the county?
We've had a number of discussions with Santa Barbara County over the last several days, and over the last couple of years, I've certainly made trips down to visit with the supervisor involved, and we've had a number of discussions on the phone. I think that at the end of the day, the compact language requires that the tribe and the local affected jurisdictions enter into agreements with regard to the manner in which those credits are applied, and I know the county and the tribal staff are looking forward to working together to establish a process that works for them. We've certainly reached out and said that we'll be happy to help, but I think that between those provisions, and again, the amount of credits actually is a significant increase from some of the recent compacts. How far that goes remains to be seen, but certainly it reflects the commitment by the tribe to ensure that there's money available to do good things within the community, and we certainly support that. So between those credits and the environmental protection provisions that are new to this compact, I think we've done a lot to further the interests of the county.
Would you say there have been progress? Has there been any progress within your discussions with the community members or the local government?
Progress with regard to what? I'm sorry, I don't understand.
In regard to your project. What are the communications that's taking place between you and the locals? You mentioned a supervisor.
Well,
has this discussion
I don't understand. I mean, the negotiations are between the tribe and the state. We certainly had communications with the county. I think the bottom line from the county is that there's a lot of good in this compact. They have some concerns, and we'll certainly work with them to address those concerns.
So that's what I meant. Is there a progress within addressing the concerns, or?
Well, I think happy to report back to you. I think we'll see what happens in the future as the staff from the tribe and the county staff work together to create a framework to decide how to implement the provisions of the compact.
Thank you.
Okay, do we have any additional questions or comments? Seeing none, I'd like to take a moment in closing just to acknowledge both the governor's office and Mr. Dillon and Chairman Armenta. I know many hours of work and negotiation have gone into this. I obviously am strongly in support, as I've lent my name to the Assembly bill for ratification, and look forward to moving this bill off the floor and finishing this process. So thank you all for your testimony today, for your hard work, and with that, the committee is adjourned.